It is finally here. I know, it's exciting, buddy. Yes! This beautiful kit so many of us have been waiting so long for is finally here. It has hit the market. We are, of course, talking about Tamiya's all-new 1/35th scale German mid-war machine gun team, kit number 35386. Enough of me babbling about it. Let's crack this thing open and see what we're dealing with here. Alright, my friends, so here we are, Tamiya's brand new 1/35th scale German machine gun team mid-World War II. I made the news video about this way back in January. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but the kit is finally here. So we're going to crack this thing open and see what we're dealing with, as mentioned before. Of course, we've got 5 figures, lots of accessories here, lots of weapons, but the raison d'etre for this guy, of course, is the 2 machine guns here. We've got an MG42 and an MG34 on a Lafette mount. We'll see what we're dealing with inside here. We got our typical Tamiya art on the outside of some of our weapons and accessories. Beautiful as always. Really stunning box art here. Let's crack it open. Ta-da! All right, here we go, folks. This is my first time opening this. As you can see, everything's still in plastic. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues in here, all in individual baggies. We've got our decal sheet in plastic, protected, instruction manual, and our typical little Tamiya tech tips in there. Let's get our box out of the way, and we'll start opening up these sprues. So this first one on the top here, let's see what we've got. All right, so this is a really interesting sprue in its own right off the bat here. We've got some stunning renderings of these ammo containers here, these ammo boxes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are all closed, and one of them is opened up, and you can see the actual rounds in there. And these are really well done. We've got pretty small little injector pin marks there. Well, the injector connections, I should say. So these should be pretty easy to clean up. That's exciting already. Beautiful. This, I should say, is sprue AE. And it looks, at first glance, like all of the bits here are for our MG34 with the Lafette mount. So there's the MG34. A lot of detail on that. It looks pretty good. Let's see how close I can get this without losing focus here. But we got even the texture on our grip here is quite nice. Cooling holes in the barrel there, barrel shroud, all very well done. Our Lafette mount is nice and delicate, thin parts here, but plenty of detail. All the accessories and the padding and stuff for that. And then this is stunning here. This belt, this ammo belt with these rounds here, these 8mm Mauser rounds. I was wondering how they were going to do this, if you were going to have to like bend them into shape yourself like they've called out in some of their older kits. But that's beautiful. It's got that natural sag in it. You can clean it up pretty easily by the looks of it. Wow. And each one of those rounds is individually sculpted on that reusable belt there. No kidding. That's stunning. Wow. Okay, cool. So that's sprue AE. This next one here, let's open it up, see what we're dealing with. Whoop. Oh, I missed that. Whoops. Did I? Yeah, I did. All right, we'll cut it this way. Whoop. Getting too excited here. All right. All right, so this, my friends, is sprue Y. By the looks of it, we've got 1 set of legs, 2 set of legs, 3 sets of legs. Not necessarily in those combinations here, but it looks like parts for 3 figures on here. As we've come to expect with Tamiya, the sculpture or the sculpting work on these figures has gotten so nice. We've got some new like character in these facial expressions too. They're not kind of like the stock base Tamiya face. You guys know what I'm talking about, that we've had for quite some time. Really impressed by these. These look wonderful. And all the webbing and field gear and everything on these guys. Very nice. trigger finger there. That's great. All right, wonderful. Now, let's move on to our next sprue. This one is sprue AA by the looks of it. This, I think, is just going to be all of our accessories here. Yep. So we've got our MP40 on here with the little two-piece stock here. So there's the other side of that adjustable stock. Our canteens, our mess kits, our gas mask containers, our stall helms, Luger cases, entrenching tools. All good stuff. Nothing groundbreaking here, but typical Tamiya quality. These look great. Oh, and one little pair of binos. We love it. And then finally, my friends, this big old sprue here. Let's see what's going on. All right, this one is sprue Z. We've got one base here, but it looks like here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, our last two figures. We've got a couple more of our faces here. Look at that. These are really impressive. I'm very happy with these facial sculpts. Wow. We don't get a lot of figures engaged in really intense combat from Tamiya. And this is a nice change of pace. Look at this. He's got the molding in his little face here. So he's resting on, I believe that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be our MG42 gunner. So he's got the weapon up next to his line of sight there. Wow, that's beautiful. I can't wait to paint these up. Oh my goodness. Okay. We've got this little section of brick wall so you can lean the MG42 gunner on there if you don't have a little diorama set up, which is a nice little touch, just so you have something to deal with here. I will paint that up just so we can see, but I'll probably put them in some sort of dio down the road. And then we've got a Car 98 for one of our ammo carriers runners here, and of course our MG42. Beautiful detail on that as well. I can't get over how fine they can make these. That's crazy. Wow. Huh. All right. So those are our sprues. Let's take a look. Well, I won't pull these out yet, but again, nothing too groundbreaking here with these, but it looks like we've just got our some options for our shoulder boards, other rank insignia. We got an Iron Cross ribbon on there, among other things. So we'll check those out when the time comes. We actually paint one of these guys up. But here is our little instruction booklet. So, unfold this. Big long one here. Right off the bat, we've got our typical Tamiya paint guide, which is great to see. And then a whole little breakdown, all in one place, which is nice, of how to paint up all of our accessories, as well as what everything is. For those that aren't humongous nerds and know for themselves. But our MG34, of course, MG42, our Car 98K, MP40, a case for spare barrels here. You gotta swap those out when you're laying down some serious heat here. Gas mask case, our holster for our Luger, hardshell holster for the Luger. Oh, and see, look, I already got something wrong because apparently I'm not a big enough nerd. This is the case for the sight. For the MG34, for the one that they use on the Lafette mount, I believe. That's pretty cool. Oh, and the mess tin. So they are mess tins back there. I didn't actually see where this was. It's got to be in there somewhere, obviously. Canteens, ammunition cases that we looked at first, gas mask case, shovel, entrenching tools, all that good stuff. Whew. Beautiful. All right, and then we move down to our first figure. Figure 1, Infantry 1, is one of our ammunition runners here. So he's got a couple cases here, which is neat. Hands are sculpted to hold those. Car 98 on his back, as well as that case for the spare barrel, which is lovely. Figure 2 is our non-com with the MP40 there, and gotta love that. That's a really cool pose. He's in this, kneeling crutched position here with the MP40 rattling away. He's gonna look great next to our next figure, our MG42 gunner, using this in the mobile light machine gun roll. We got the drum mag on here, which is lovely. Our tripod fully articulated here. Well, not articulated, I should say, but in the active position here. And our basic little overview of how to build up our gunner. Really well done instruction manual here. Let's flip it over. It's a beautiful figure here. Again, hands in this position to be able to hold that really well sculpted belt of ammo that we saw earlier. So moving down here, we've got a whole section on how to build up this lafette mount. The lafette mount is a fascinating piece of technology from this period. The manual calls this a tripod, but it's really so much more than a tripod. I could have a whole episode on that and the defensive capabilities of this little thing that could be used for these machine guns. More on that another day. But in any case, this looks to build up quite nicely, and I'm very excited about this. And then finally down here at the bottom, we've gotten some instructions on how to position these figures with the MG34 and the lafette mount in its defensive use here. Really well blocked out on how this is to be set up, and a little glimpse of how this is actually operated. It wasn't used with the pistol grip, as you might expect. It was fired with these knobs down here on the bottom to adjust accordingly. So I guess we're going to have an episode on that down the road. But in any case, finally down here, just our decal callouts for where to apply these on these figures. But I am very excited, as you guys could probably tell, about this kit. This is going to be an absolute treat to paint up. I am probably going to try and knock out this MG42 figure first, just so I can get a little glimpse at how this works and give you guys a little preview. But much content to come on this kit. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to plan on picking this up. I just got this one from Andy's Hobby Headquarters, but I know many of the other online retailers are starting to carry it. So yeah, you know what? Enough of me talking. I'm gonna get to work on this thing. All right, guys. So until next time, my friends, be well, happy building, cheers, and I'll see you all soon.